For those of you who don't know me, my name is Patrick. I've introduced myself to the executive management team already, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone else knew. This is my team here, and we're Leading Edge Consulting. I'm glad that we found the time today to meet and discuss the issue that's pertinent to your company. We understand that this is obviously of grave concern because the individuals that your organization helps is super important, not only to yourselves, but also to us. And we want to find a way that we can continue to help those individuals. So how do we save the children? Well, that is through creating community. So we understand your goals. We understand that families and children with cancer who are diagnosed need support, need clinical programs, and also they need research. We need to find solutions. Now, what's the issue right now? The issue is lack of funding. We can't do that effectively. We need to create brand recognition so that people within the community, people within the province of Alberta, within the Northwest Territories, they see that, hey, this is an issue and I'm willing to donate money so that I can be a part of the solution. So now how do we do that? Well, we do that through building the Beaded Journey community.
Thanks, Pat. So, what is the Beaded Journey community? The Beaded Journey community is made up of patients, families, volunteers, and workers, and they are linked together by a single leather strap bracelet which symbolizes their support for children and families who are affected by cancer. So this bracelet is given to Bearded community members, and it's given to them when they sign up for a support subscription basis or families which are affected by cancer. So a little bit on our support subscription. We will charge community members $9.99 per month, and for these donations, they will be applied to supporting kids with Cancer Society. We'll invest these donations in activities and support programs for the children, child support when it comes to treatment and different things like that, as well as research into cancer and development. So how will we implement this community to our members? We will have our volunteers have outreach within the community by going to local places of meeting such as shopping malls or community centers and encourage people to join our Beaded Journey community. So they'll explain that it's a monthly fee to support these kids who are affected by cancer, and they'll be given the bracelet which will symbolize their donation and involvement within the community. They'll also sign up for a newsletter, and this will let sponsors know what's happening in certain children's lives, their hobbies, and just how their journey, their Beaded Journey is going. Now I'll pass it to Jeremy to talk about.
Now, one of the ways to understand whether or not a plan is working is to look at the key performance indicators. We've identified for you 3 things. The first being the growth rate of the community. We want to make sure that this plan is working. So what we're going to do is we're going to check on a month-by-month basis. How big is the community? Is it growing? Is it stagnating? Are your contributing dollars and resources doing what they're supposed to be doing? Now next, we're going to look at the events that you guys are currently holding on. So these events are just basic things that are available to the Beaded Journey community that basically get everybody involved. You know, like when families are going through this difficult time, having a kid with cancer, you want distractions. You want stories in which to, you know, brace off of each other, challenges that you overcame, these kind of events. Now, we provide, we realize that you provide these services through these events. So we're going to look at the amount of engagement through our Beaded Journey community members. We want to make sure that this size is actually, you know, people are showing up to these events, because we want to decide, should we grow these events, offer something similar, those kind of things. Then finally, we're going to look at corporate sponsors. Corporate sponsors are a little bit different in the sense that they can gain They can gain support for community members. So they can gain support for the beaded community by engaging with people on a personal level. But you gotta ask, what's in it for them? Well, essentially, the way you become a beaded journey leader is by buying a gala table during a dinner that we host once per year at this point in time. So what does that get you? Well, that gets you a table where it shows to the society that, you know, you're supporting kids with cancer. These are needs that are being met, and you're interested in finding a solution to this terrible issue that kids are facing. What else does it do? Well, during these events that I mentioned earlier, corporate sponsors can have their logo put onto shirts. That is shirts or hats or, you know, lanterns, depending on the event going on. And, you know, it gets that brand awareness not only for us, but for your corporate, or not only for you, but your corporate sponsors as well. Finally, as a corporate sponsor, you're already involved in the beaded journey community. So the employees of the sponsors are engaged in your community at these events. So if they are interested in becoming more involved, they have first say on becoming a member of the board as they get cycled through. Now, we got to look at financials.
Thank you, Jeremy. All right, so what do we need to do to get all of this wonderful work done? What do you need to do to get all this wonderful work done? So we took a look, our company here, we took a look at your financial statements. The main thing that we wanted to see was where was your revenue coming from. Just taking a look at your financial health, a majority of your revenue does come from fundraising and donations, which is wonderful. This allows you the flexibility to run the programming that you need. You're not bounded by any constraints from grants or government proposals. And you're also, it just gives you more freedom to do the good work that you do with these children. So overall, we have 2.4 million, which is great. That is a wonderful revenue stream to come in with. And we're gonna take a look at the overall picture here. So when we look at our revenue versus expenses, we have a healthy excess of revenue, so $357,000. This is great for you to start your beaded journey project. Upon looking a little bit deeper in the financials, we noticed that you did have an unqualified audit, or sorry, unqualified? Yeah, anyways, I'll correct that. You will have a qualified audit. With that, basically, the accountants that you're working with are saying that they cannot verify your revenue statements to the degree of an audit. So when we launch the Beaded Journey and when we launch the sponsorship program, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to track your revenues, and basically you will work with consultants, you will work with our team, work with potential board members as well, just to firm up your revenue so that we can pass our audit. Basically, a past audit is more assurance for future donors, and that's something that you will really need to focus on moving on in the future. But overall, I would say that we're very good, and yeah, it's a good picture. I really feel that you will be able to make an impact in the North and with these children. And I'm just going to give it to Pat so he can wrap it up.
Okay, thank you so much. So just to summarize, just to finish what we're trying to drive home here, is that more capital is required to do the work that your organization wants to do, is required to do within the community. So we've come up with a plan to create the beaded community to encourage not only corporate sponsors to donate more at the gala, but to also create more brand recognition for those individuals, as well as to create a stronger support system for individuals affected by it, not only the families, but also the people with the sickness, as well as just generally creating a stronger community for those who aren't infected. Thank you very much, and I'm just going to put open the floor up for Q&A.
Any questions?